A lot of us don't make as much progress in our training because our form is off. Stacking more reps on top of sloppy form won't get us anywhere. So here is how you can get more out of your training by placing quality over quantity. So I've been using this exact simple routine for the last 2 months while traveling around Europe. It's quick and easy, only takes about 30 to 45 minutes, and all you need is a pair of gymnastics rings that can turn any tree branch into your own gym. If not, you can also use a pull-up bar. So let's get to it. So lately, I've been really enjoying warming up for my session with isometric holds. So we're going to begin with a top pull-up iso hold. So you're going to want to lower your rings down to head height or just jump into the top of a pull-up. Bring your chest as close to the bar or the rings as possible and squeeze your back muscles down and back. Hold this position for 5 to 10 seconds, making sure to not lose height. And after this, we move on to the bent arm push-up iso. So lower down to the bottom of a push-up with your chest hovering just off the ground. Squeeze your chest, core, shoulders, and your glutes to ensure proper alignment. Now, once again, hold this position for 5 to 10 seconds. So you can do this just 1 to 2 rounds through. We don't want to drain too much energy for our workout. These isometrics will make you strong in the toughest in-range positions of the push-up and the pull-up, and it will really set the stage for these next repetitions. Our first movement is the pause pull-up. Use a number of reps that's very easy. I'd recommend 50 to 60% of your max repetitions. And that's max reps with perfect form, not sloppy ones. Begin in a dead hang with the shoulders relaxed. Now engage the shoulder blades by pulling them down and back. Pull yourself up to the top of a pull-up, keeping your chest open and squeezing the muscles of your upper back down and back, just like the warm-up iso hold. Pause for a second at the top. Lower down under control and pause for a second at the dead hang position. I've preferred to keep my grip in an overhand or neutral grip as to emphasize the back over the biceps. The key here is keeping the chest open and resisting the urge to round the shoulders at the top. If you tend to round the shoulder and use a lot of biceps to finish your reps, much like I do, these will be quite humbling. You can superset these with squats. I've been using the squat plus variation with the calf raise at the top. I've also been experimenting with switching between a wider stance and a more narrow stance. In one of our recent videos, I laid out a 30-day squat plan. Link in description. So I implement that into these sessions. I've graduated to using sets of 30 reps here in the squats. The key is driving some good fatigue to the legs, but not quite to failure. At the end of the set, I love to sit in the deep squat position as my muscles are warmed up and primed for it. This allows us to get some mobility gains as well. For form and technique cues, be sure to check out the recent squat plan video. And next we move to the pause push-up on the rings. Keep the rings somewhere between knee and ankle height. Find a nice plank position with your palms forward and your abs and glutes squeezed. Lower down to your bottom range. Feel a nice stretch through the chest, but also keep the chest active. Pause here for a second, then drive up to the top position. Once again, turning the rings outward, palms forward. Make sure to not excessively arch your lower back by squeezing the core and the butt throughout the full motion. You will be quite humbled how hard a push-up is on rings with a pause. Don't force more reps with bad form. Keep it good quality. So sometimes I ran into the problem that the tree branch was too high to get it to the appropriate push-up height. In this case, I would either do my push-ups on the ground or I would do dips on the rings. Now, dips on the rings are much more challenging because you have to support your body weight on the unstable rings. But both of these can be a good option. Now, to make this workout really complete, superset your push-ups with ring hamstring curls. Place your feet inside the rings, raise your hips, and then drive your heels towards your butt. Make sure not to bend at the hip. Keep them pushing up throughout the full range of motion. This will definitely light up your hamstrings. Now, in truth, I often skip these hamstring curls just to keep this workout super short and efficient. And that's what I really enjoyed about this workout. On average, it only took me about 30 to 40 minutes to complete this session. So it's super easy to squeeze in a busy day. So lastly, I want to share with you how you can progress this routine to keep making gains for 4 to 5 weeks. So whatever rep range that you pick on the first day, I want you to stick with those reps throughout the full 4 to 5 weeks. Let's say that you pick 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, and 20 squats. On week 1, you will perform those reps for 2 rounds each. So you'll be doing 2 sets for each movement. This should feel super easy and your session will be quite short. Now you can do this session anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week. It really depends on how much you want to dedicate to your training. Now each week that you progress, you're going to add 1 set to each of the movements. This means that on week 4, you'll be doing 5 sets of each movement. So that will more than double your total reps in just 1 month. And like I always say, your body loves it when you slowly ramp up that volume. Now I recommend doing this for 4 to 5 weeks. And at the end, you can actually just repeat this for another phase and add a few reps to the movements. So guys, this is a very simple, efficient way to build muscle strength and your movement patterns by prioritizing quality over quantity. I really think that we can get so much out of the basic movements if we do them right. And the great thing is that you can do this in your backyard, at a park, or at your local gym. Now, if you're increasing your strength and muscle gains, you also wanna make sure that you're doing the appropriate amount of stretching. So you should use our free daily practice in the mornings, link in description. So like the video, subscribe to Strength Side, and as always,